paint at sunset using one brush and just the primary colors and black and white. There's no black on there yet. Canvas, a brush, I have paper cups, and you will need a plate for mixing your paints on. Pencil, I'm using graphite so you can see what we're doing. So you're going to look at the subject and see what we need to do, which is the first thing is the horizon line. So we're going to go just a little bit below halfway. Oh, left to right, and it doesn't matter. You do not need a ruler for this. Then we're going to come down to the left, down, and then we're going to bring those rocks down onto the bottom of the canvas. Then we're going to revisit back up here, and we're going to break into that skyline with the headland across the water. So this is looking across the bay. And I'm going to use this flathead brush, which is relatively large for the size of this canvas, but that's part of the fun. So the first thing we're going to mix is a navy. So you will need black paint and blue paint. You'll take some black paint on there and then add your blue in. You can always add more black, but you can't take it away. So black and blue make this nice navy shade, and I want you to take some white into that. And then a tiny touch of yellow, just a little touch of yellow. Okay, and this is us working straight into the sky. And the reason that we have the yellow on there is because the yellow eventually comes in as well. So this is the end of the sunset, and we're just going to get straight on with that. So water on your brush, that will move the paint. So apply that on up at the top. Then you're going to make a lighter version of this by adding in some white. Keeping it all the same, roll the paint off your brush. It'll hold a lot of the paint. Water on your brush. And then we're going to go over the top and we're going to pull one paint down as we bring our colors down the canvas. Little bit of water on your brush and start to let that be transparent. If you want it to be brought back up again, it just keeps it really smooth. Clean your brush again. A napkin or a paper towel to take a big chunk of white onto that, and we're going to pull it over to the side. I like to keep it in case we need to revisit this. I'm going to take this white, add a little bit of yellow to it. Oopsie, so we keep it nice and warm. Pull a bit more of the blue in, add a bit more of the white, roll the paint off. And then we're going to go in with that. So that is bringing the warmth up into the sky, this nice wispy color. It's a wee bit lighter over on this side, so you can bring it up. Just enjoy applying the paint. Smoother it goes on. There we go. And before I get rid of this, whatever is in the sky was always reflected in the sea. It might not be really prominent, but right now I want us to be able to see that this nice light shade is also in here. So think about it when you're opening an envelope. And you want this to be in here. So you can have equal amounts of where it is. So nice and wispy, just add some water in your brush. Doesn't matter if there's little drips in there. There's a little bit of harmony then between the sky and the sea. Clean your brush again. And now we're going to mix. Doesn't matter if there's little strains of blue, don't panic too much. But try and get as much off as you can. And we're going to mix a nice orange, so red and yellow. The red can be quite dominant, so I want to keep a little bit of heat in this, which is nice. Even if you roll off and there's a wee bit of mugginess, that doesn't matter. I just think sometimes whenever there is the one brush, it holds the secret to the whole thing. So the whole picture can be felt because of the harmony through the brush. In my head, it makes sense. So this orangey color, we're going to go up over the top and we're just applying it on nice and light in some areas. Taking it over to this side, add a little bit of water if you feel like it's too dark. I'm bringing it over. Roll that off and take a big chunk of yellow and let whatever's on your brush mix in with the yellow, which is a lovely heat now in this. And that's where we're going to take the yellow just above it and then draw it up into the sky above. Nice and soft and gentle. Same with here, it kind of goes up on an angle. I'm going to use the brush, taking it up And where else is it? It's in the sea as well. So it's lighter in the sea. So just let there be water on your brush and think about it being about here. And we're not taking a picture here. So this is our impression of this. So just stick with it. Now you're going to take some water on your brush and some white into that. You can take some yellow again. If you have a nice lemon yellow, you could do that. This nice bright yellow then we're bringing over here. Oh my word. The grades of the paint that I'm using some of my Winsor Newton professional paints. Oh, they're so dreamy and creamy when I apply it here. So here we are. We're adding in that nice light tone, and then same with over here. You might want to make it even lighter because it'll be even wispier then coming up. Look, there we go. So you can have a few variations of it. Soften it again. Take as much as you can off the brush, dip it in the water, and you can pull it up or you can pull it down. Or you can go back to your blue and go over it with the blue. So you feel like you're just in control, and it's also okay. It starts, I'm going to actually bring some of my blue back in over here. So just keep looking at the subject. There's blue here. And we're just trying to keep the blue down in there. Lovely. Isn't it nice and dreamy and soft just over here? I want to make sure. See, because these are such good paints, that's why they hold on to it. So they cling to my brush, which is lovely because it's lovely. But I also want to make sure that I get the painting right. So I have a lot of water on my brush now. I'm going to dab it off. I'm just revisiting my blue with the white and with a little bit of yellow because I want to just soften over here. Then I'm going to take my blue, and you've guessed it, I'm going to bring it down into the sea. Even if we paint over this, it's nice to have that harmony, I believe, in the sky, from the sky into the sea. Okay, we're going to take then a little bit of what's on our brush here too, like this gray blue color. And this is going to be, this is where there is a path along here, and then there's a fence. So now we're going to go into the sea. Take some water in your brush. We're going to go for turquoise. So blue with a little bit of yellow. So mostly blue, but with a little bit of yellow. That makes a version of your turquoise. Then add some white to it. And we get this nice solid color. That's going to be our sea. This is the darkest part of the sea down here. I'm actually going to make it darker. So you can add a little bit of black in there. Just tentatively add the black, more of your blue. And we're going to come down here nice and strong. And then the other area we're going to add in the base is just along the horizon. It's nice and light there, but often where the sea meets the headland, there's a nice strong line there. And then you can take whatever's on your brush there. So you'll see there's some bits have water. Turn this down a bit. Some bits have they're a bit more transparent, other bits are not. So that same color, we're going to add in our white to it. And the white again. So mix, so you've got a lot. Roll whatever's on there off. And then over here, this is nice and light here, and it comes nearly like a triangle there. So I'm going to add in our nice light color there. And over here, and just go over the yellow that's there. You don't need to blot it out completely, but it's nice to like whisper. It's whispering there, which is lovely. See how soft it is? And we want to just keep applying the paint in that nice soft manner. Now, the way the sea is that the ripples in the sea, they are larger the closer they are to you, and they are smaller the further away they get. So we're planting in the larger ones here If you find one brush really tricky, just get rid of it. I'm not going to shout at you. I'm here to teach you and to let you feel comfortable when you paint. Okay, so that's the one closer to us. If you can still get hold of your dark, if not, mix another one. So black, blue, and a little bit of yellow. Then I'm going to just dip dab. It's very dark. Woo! Very dark. So here I'm going to add a wee bit of wispy lines. It's just catching some of the paint there. And then the closer it is down here, I can add in even darker. So it gets bigger as it gets down to the bottom. Lovely, soft, gentle. Clean your brush again. Now we're going to go into a nice darker shade of the black with our blue. I need more blue. Blue. So we're mixing that nice navy again with a little bit of red. We're just changing it so it's more purpley, dark. You can add a tiny bit of black. So black, blue, and a little bit of red. Then we're going to add in here where we have our lovely headland. And we're just not doing it solid black because we're going to use our black at the very end. But where possible, if you can, I would encourage you, if possible, you're just filling in this headland, to use your red and your blue and your darker shades on the color wheel rather than the black to make something darker. It's so much more interesting. So you'll see some are light and some are dark. I'm going to change that a little bit by adding in a bit of the blue to it. So it takes a little bit of the dark off it. And then over here, it's a wee bit lighter. And in little bits, it's a bit lighter. So you're looking across the headland at it. Tighten up your horizon here. And then use this purple to fill in a little bit at the side. Even if we paint over this, this fills in that dark. There we go. And if you want, you can go, if it was me, just with my own paintings, I'd probably go a little bit in here. So I might just a few wee dark depth with that purple. All right, clean your brush. Because this headland is far away, it is very small, but we do have we do have little street lamps. So we're just going to go straight in with the bright yellow on your brush, and you're going to just pinpoint a few little guys. And it's really exciting to do. It stands out so much more than there's a palette knife tutorial of this same scene. And you can just randomly set them about the place, little street lamps. Makes it a bit more exciting, and it also gives it perspective. Clean your brush again. Now we're going to go in for black with a little bit of white and a little bit of yellow. So we have that real dark gray, which is going to come down for our path here. So the path will be dark where it is. So you're walking in and around the corner here. So it will be darker on the left-hand side. And then we're going to also just use that same gray to fill in a few little patches. And then we keep adding the black to it. If you want, you can add a wee bit of yellow to it or a bit of red, just to take the sheen of that real dark, stark black off it. This can be the fence here, and same in here, adding in. And then lastly, just with the solid black, add in little bits on the furthest away of the headland, just like where it dips and where the light goes. Then we're going to fill in our black, solid black of the rocks coming down in. There's a little rock in the sea, so I'm going to put that there. Just watch. You can have a wee shadow coming off it if you want. And then lastly, there's a little tree here. So we're going to just dip dab our little tree. You're just highlighting where it would be by using the side of your brush and a few little extra bits. But that is how you make a beautiful, calm sunset. Now, what I'm going to do is make sure that this path going up here is not too stark. There we go. There you go. We could work on it all day, but that is how you make a speedy, beautiful, calm, inviting sunset. Things you could add, or you could add a little bit more white onto here so you get a little bit more of this. But for me, this is calm and beautiful and really inviting. So subscribe for more demos. I'm not gatekeeping any of my secrets. I'm a professional artist of 16 years, and I'm here to serve you and help you loosen up your painting and feel confident.